At every opportunity, create memories. Second episode of the Are We There Yet video series is coming from the beautiful Nusa Lembongan, just off of Bali. Down in the beach, sunset's coming. Absolutely beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since we've launched, we've had amazing support of a PR agency in London, the Telegraph, the Sunday Times, Nat Geo, Lonely Planet, Angels and Urchins, Globe Trender, Baggage. Some people are having more fun than us. So like loads, I'm not going to list them all. And we're really grateful to all those people who have sort of showed us support, because it's been amazing. But as we've been talking to every one of those journalists, well, what makes you different? So that's the question that I think we need to answer for episode 2. The first thing that makes us different, and we're going to try and make it pop up here, is that we are family travel specialists. That's all we do is family travel. We don't do solo travel, we don't do couples travel, we don't do travel for the retired people, 1830s, any of that. We just do family travel. And what that means is that when we're in somewhere like here in Bali and we're designing an itinerary and we're visiting hotels and we're doing health and safety audits and inspections of all the activities, we're looking at it from the family's perspective, making sure that the hotels are great for kids, making sure that the location's great for kids, restaurants like the one we're sitting at, making sure that they have food that's suitable for children. Families come on one of our trips, they know that we've thought of everything for them. I have a 4-year-old son, so when I'm looking at these things, I'm thinking, would my son want to do this? Would my son enjoy this time? It's not like, what can I sell? It's about the family having fun. And we've actually been really lucky as we've been going around. We've seen loads of families doing the activities and staying in the hotels, and we've been sort of disturbing their breakfast and going over and asking, what makes this work? Is this good for you? And really positive sort of feedback. The second reason here is that we cater for children as young as 2. It's 2020, and the family travel industry is still pushing families towards resorts or cruises. I'm sure you've heard this story loads if you've watched our other stuff or read any of our social media posts. I travelled the world for a year with my son, and the impact that it had on him is huge. And children between the ages of 2 and 5 or 2 and 6, the speed at which their minds developing is just mind-blowing. So why not let them experience this stuff when they're that age? Why wait until their minds are already developed and then you go, oh, by the way, look at this big world out there? We get questions all the time about my kid's only 2 or my kid's only 3, they probably won't remember this. We'll wait until they're older. And to be honest, we call BS on that, because it's nonsense. If that's the case, why read your kid a storybook? Why play games with them? Why teach them nursery rhymes? Why get them to eat different foods? You do it because it's all part of their development, and it's an experience. It's all going to have an impact on them as they grow older, and it definitely influences their life. And another side of it, even if it didn't, who cares? Because their parents are on holiday, their parents aren't worrying about emails at work, they're not worrying about the shopping, they're not worrying about what we're going to have for dinner tonight. They're here, they're engaged, and they're with the children. And for a kid, that is everything. I know everybody nowadays will be taking photographs and videos, and you'll be able to show the kids that when they're older. When you're older and the kids have gone to university, or they're married and they've got grandkids, or you've got grandkids, you'll be looking back on these things thinking, those were the special days. You only have 18 summers before they leave. At every opportunity, create memories. And so that brings us on to point number 3. In order to facilitate point number 2, we put expert childcare on every trip. We work with a consultancy firm based in London. We've invested so much time and energy and money with those guys to develop a really extensive set of policies and procedures as to how we deliver childcare on our trips. They put a member of their staff on every one of our trips as well, and that allows us to then cater for those younger children. I don't know of any other tour operator that does that. And if anybody knows of any, let me know, because I'd love to speak to them. So how it works on the trips is we do loads of family-friendly activities, and we're all the family involved, no matter what age they are. And our childcare people are there just to help out. And then when it comes to like adventures and experiences for the adults that aren't quite suitable for the children, surfing or snorkeling. Like today we were out snorkeling looking at some of the biggest manta rays I've ever seen, you know, and unfortunately children of 2 and 3 are too young for that. So what will happen, well, the childcare people will step in and they'll do some amazing fun activities with the kids then. It might be scavenger hunts on the beach, and so there's a shared experience. So when you come back from your snorkeling trip, the kids are going to be buzzing. They're not going to have been sitting for the last 2 hours in a sterile room of a resort where, you know, they play with the same toys they've had, or they've watched Peppa Pig or something like that. They're going to be having the best fun ever. You've been out all day, you've had loads of fun, kids are really tired, they go to sleep. What do you do in the evenings? Do you sit quietly and watch your phones, or do you let our babysitting staff jump in and you head out and you can actually act like a couple again? Because when you have young kids, it's so difficult to have that time together. Private chef dinners, we're talking sunsets, romance, enjoy the local restaurants, enjoy the local nightlife, knowing that your kids are safe and that our staff are on it. Not too much, because they're still going to be up at 6 a.m. the next morning. Episode 2, if are we there yet, we're going to go and enjoy the sunset and maybe have a margarita or something. So yeah, any other questions, drop us a line, drop us an email, get in touch via any of the social platforms. Until next time, enjoy.